You spend a lot of time by yourself. Sure, you've always had friends around the corner, people you can text, and people who'd eventually reply, but nobody really texts you first. Or maybe people do, but you always wish they cared more about you. Yeah, they talk to you, spend time with you, do things together with you, but they don't really know you. You're in that gray area between friends and people who just regularly hang out. You see other people with better friendships than you, and you wish you could have that. You wish you could tell your friends that. But you doubt, thinking it might be too soft or personal to ask. And maybe they might hear you, but you don't want to be heard. You want to be listened to. Hey there, I'm Jay. This is whatever it just feels. And yeah, you're not lonely. Yeah, you spend time by yourself, but you have friends. You have people you could talk to, people you could reach out to. But you don't really. At least, not as often as you'd wish. I wish a lot too. I wish I had a better connection with people I know, people I call friends or family. I'm not saying I feel like these people don't value me. I'm saying that for whatever reason, there's still a lot of space in between myself and people. Call it antisocial, introvert behavior, whatever. But there's always that hope that someone would want to know you. Someone would want to reach out to you and genuinely learn you. And yeah, you could always reach out. There's no problem in being the one to start a conversation. But for some, there's that feeling that keeps you caged. That when you talk, they won't really listen to you. The feeling that anybody can hear your words, but nobody listens to them. Nobody really cares that much about them. And it feels like nobody really cares about you. That's why you want to have a deeper connection, just like everyone else. You don't want to be heard, you want someone to listen. But why? Why do we linger in that area of constant want and insufficiency? Why do we want others to care about us when we couldn't care enough to make things less about us? Then suddenly you tell yourself you're being too much, too demanding, too selfish, too much to deserve attention. You tell yourself that you'll get noticed by people who want to notice you, but there you go again. What's so good about me that would make people want to notice me? The me I hide, the me I keep to myself. People notice your actions, but you want more than that. You want people to notice you. Then again, you could always just be open about it. How detached, how alone you really feel. I mean, I feel like that sometimes too. I feel weirdly lonely, sometimes even when surrounded by people. And sometimes that makes you feel unseen. You could always tell others how vulnerable you feel, and yeah, they hear you. They always do. But you wish they'd listen. And even then, it takes a lot of courage to say something like that. And you start to imagine how awkward it could feel, asking someone to know you more out loud. It sounds odd and could change how others see you. Like someone attention starved and alone. Fears that plague the back of your head. Fears that you listen to. So instead, you reach for something else. It's a facade. The answer is a facade. A smile you put on, a look that you wear, a painting of you that doesn't portray yourself, but makes you easier to symbolically look at. It makes you feel easier to be noticed, easier to be heard, and yeah, it works. It makes you more likable and could even give you the attention you crave. But the persona you use to mask yourself, is not the same as the person you really are. Yet, even still, sometimes glimpses and peaks of the person you are manage to slip through the cracks in your costume. And in that brief moment, it feels good to be true to you. Instead of putting on a face for people you meet, you realize the real you. And that's the issue. If the mascot is really all you give to others, the mascot is the only thing they'll love, the only thing they'll know about you. And that's what keeps others from really knowing you. If you want others to listen, you need to speak. You, not your mascot, not the easier version of yourself. There's a moment I keep coming back to. I lost a person close to my heart. At that time, anyway. And it was because I let this figure that I built myself to be run my relationship with them. I regularly put on an act, changed my tone and how I looked just to make myself more desirable for them. I wasn't being true to myself and furthermore true to them. And because of that, all they ever knew about me was the character I had created for them. Yeah, it made me feel known, wanted, listened to, but it wasn't really me they were listening to. It was the act that they really knew, not me. Just parts of me that I thought were worth keeping. And eventually, I grew tired of it. I realized that they liked the person I pretended to be and didn't really know the person I was. The longer I kept pretending to be better, different from who I really was, the more it would only ever be the persona that they loved. Never me. It was wrong. It didn't sit right with me. And I knew things had to come to an end sooner rather than later. And they did. They did. That's how I learned that while you can put on a show to make others like you, eventually the show is the only thing that they really know about you. If the show is what they hear and what they really listen to, how then can you say that someone likes you? If they only really like the you that you put up? How do we make sure that they really listen to me? How would being listened to actually feel like? I think if someone really listened to me, they'd see through the cracks in the armor I wear, the decor I use to make myself look more than the person I am. It would feel freeing, cathartic. I would feel not just heard, but really listened to, really seen. I would feel seen if I was listened to. The best version of myself that I can be that's still completely me. The me that's still improving and changing instead of just performing. And maybe you want that too. Someone who sees past the face you wear and really sees you. So, what would it actually feel like for you? How would you feel if someone listened to you? You would feel seen too. And maybe it's not just about you wanting to be listened to, but about who you are. What version of you is the one being listened to? What person shows up for you in your relationships? And are you fine with others knowing you only as that? That's all. Just listen. Just feels.